Hey everyone, this is a traditional BE chart that shows, or table that shows you the BE levels and the recognition level you get for it. Now, I mean, if you look at this and you go, I've acquired a level 3 BE, 110% of my spend can be used at for my clients for their BE, and you would think that you are well away and you're good. The reality is you're not. This is not the way the table works anymore, really. There's a couple of other factors that needs to be included in the whole calculation. So what I've done is I have created a new BE table that shows you how the calculations gets done. The reality is that there's thousands, if not millions, of different versions of this or iterations. So this is just one example, but you should get the point once we've gone through it. So what I've done here is I've based this on the purchasing company or the client company. Call it company A, the guy that's going to be doing the buying and that needs to get the points from the purchases he does with you. So company A is a large corporate that has, or a large company classified as a large enterprise. So he has more than 50 million rand turnover a year. His total procurement comes down to about 30 million a year, and his spend with your company, call your company company B, is 2.5 million a year. Now, if you work on those figures and you look at the examples, this shows you how many points company A will get for the spend for the 2.5 million spent at company B, based on the different levels and the different factors involved. So if company B is also a large enterprise, so if your company is also a large enterprise and you are a level 1, company A will get a total of 0.703 points for the 2.5 million rand that they spent with you. Now, you can immediately think that that's not ideal. Company A would want some more points because everybody's pushing for the maximum amount of points. So now let's go up here and see what is the maximum amount of points company A can get for that 2.5 million rand spent. The maximum amount of points company A can get for the 2.5 million rand spend is 11.35 points. So that's quite a few more points than 0.7. So they can possibly get 11.35 points. Now that 11.35 points they will get if they are level 1 BE, 51% black owned, 30% black woman owned, designated group owned QSE. Now QSE is a qualifying small enterprise, i.e. a company with a turnover of between 10 and 50 million per annum. So that is the maximum amount of points company A can get from 2.5 million rand spent with company B. If company B is a level 1, 51% black owned, 30% black woman owned, designated group owned QSE. So that's quite a mouthful, but pretty much it means if you're a white company, you're not going to get anywhere. The maximum points that you can get as a white owned company, only if you have got no black ownership. If company B has 0 black ownership, the maximum amount of points that company A can get for 2.5 million rand spend with company B would be there, a level 5 QSE, otherwise 4.4 points. Well, 4.417 points. That's the maximum amount of points they will get. But then also the reality is that all of these companies are going to be hunting this 51% black owned points, because that is extremely important. The gaps, if you look at this, you will see that the point gaps have decreased significantly. You know, from level 4 to level 1, there's only 20 points, where previously there was quite a bit more. So, and if you look at the top 3 levels here, level 3 to level 1, there's only 10 points. So it's not very easy to achieve points on the new scorecard. So that's why companies are going to push as hard as they can for the maximum amount of points. So the reality is, if I'm the buyer at a level, at a large corporate company, and I need to get my points, I would much rather spend money with a 51% black owned company than with a white owned company, because the points difference is 7, just under 7 points. That's a lot of points in the bigger picture. I mean, that's one level really. So that shows you why this is the new layout. This is the new way that we are going to be looking at it. The reality is that the new BEE codes are so difficult to interpret and so difficult to achieve that people are going to be fighting for every single point along the way. And this is pretty much where we're going to end up.